Cooking Up a Storm, sponsored by West Virginia Northern Community College Culinary Arts Program.
We're cooking up a storm. Here comes Peter Cottontail coming down the bunny trail, a special Easter edition. You know, the price of eggs are through the roof. I don't know about you, but sometimes my family will buy a couple dozen eggs, and I'm the only one who eats hard-boiled eggs. My son is allergic to eggs, so he can't have any, but I know a lot of kids out there really don't like hard-boiled eggs, and they go to waste. So here's a unique twist on dyeing Easter eggs this year. Get the kids involved. I think you're going to like it. So these are going to be chocolate-covered Easter eggs, but they're peanut butter inside, the peanut butter. They're going to be a little better for you than the ones you get on the shelves in the store because we're using peanut butter. This is kind of the watery stuff, you know, that has no sugar in it. No sugar. It's just peanut butter and salt. So you make sure you get the kind with no sugar. Don't get the, you know, the kind that's all sticky. So we're going to plop that in there in our mixer. And this is a little bit of a challenge. I'm not, to be honest with you, I am not the, you know, I'm not the, when it comes to the mixer, it scares me. But I'm starting to, look, I already got stuff on it. Okay, so I got the mixer in there. I don't know why the mixer scares me, it just does. Okay, so now we got the, this is maple syrup. I'm using the good, real maple syrup, not the stuff that's full of sugar. So this is, you know, Canadian maple syrup right there. I got this before the tariffs kicked in too, so it's good. Otherwise, it'd probably be a lot more right now. And then we have a little bit of vanilla abstract going right in there. The one thing, couple of odd things, this is just powdered sugar, 1/4 cup. And this one is a third of a cup of almond flour. So that's probably something you may have to get at the store and you probably don't have in your baking. So let's see, we got to put this down. The important part here is to lock. And now we're going to turn this up to stir. So we want to incorporate these ingredients. So what we're going to do, this is going to get all incorporated nicely. Oh, there was one thing I forgot to add, but I can add it while it's mixing. The pinch of salt. Yeah, the special Easter egg editions of the pinch of salt. Yeah, maybe 2 pinches. Okay, so we want to make sure this all gets into, you know, so it's not runny, because that peanut butter was a little runny at the beginning, so we wanted to get it incorporated and make sure it's hardened up. And then what we're going to do is I have these, a tablespoon, and I'm going to get 2 tablespoon portions. I'm going to make a ball first with my hands, and then I'm going to shape it into an oval, like an Easter egg. And then what we're going to do is we're going to melt down chocolate and dip it. But first what we want to do is make our eggs. And I think that's coming together right now. Let's see. Oh, unlock. That looks pretty good. That looks a lot thicker than it did earlier. So I think this is the consistency that we're looking for. Something that we can, you know, form something in. Again, I love to cook. When it comes to like baking, it's a little too exact for me. So I, you know, have to follow along to exact measurements. I think that's why I've never really liked baking as much as I do cooking. And let me see if I can get this guy out of the way. It will make life a little easier for me. There we go. Always probably like wanting to lick this. Okay, so we got everything mixed together. Take 2 tablespoons at a time. So here's 1 tablespoon. Come on, get out. And another tablespoon. We'll see. Maybe I don't have this mixed because this is a little runny. It's forming. Now what we are going to do is we are going to put these in a freezer. So this will harden up. So you want it to look like that. And then we're going to sort of shape it into an egg. These may not be the prettiest looking Easter eggs, but when we coat them with chocolate, they're going to look good. So this is my attempt at an oval. So sort of like that's what we're looking for. It's not too bad. I'm going to mix this up a little bit. So that's one. I'm going to mix up the rest of these, make, I don't know, as many as they make, at least 6 here. And we'll be right back and show you the next step.
I was the first in my family to go to college.
I was looking to switch careers.
I wanted the highest quality, but most affordable option for a degree.
No matter where you are in life, West Virginia Northern Community College can make your dream of a college degree a reality. With over half of our students being first-generation college students and free tuition for many programs, Northern is the right choice for you.
I can go to college. West Virginia Northern Community College. You belong here.
Okay, we have our peanut butter inside of our chocolate-covered eggs done. They're in the freezer. We're gonna freeze them for a while, but while they're freezing and getting hard, what we're gonna do is make the outside shell of the peanut butter, and that's going to be using white chocolate. This is about 8 ounces of, you can see those little chocolate chips. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of coconut oil to this as well, and the coconut oil is gonna go in here. Now, we're just gonna microwave this, and when you microwave chocolate, you don't want it to burn. You have to do it in intervals. So come over here to my microwave, and we're gonna plop this in. Make sure you have a microwavable safe dish. So about 15 to 20 second intervals is what we're looking for. And after that, what we're gonna do is stir it to make sure, and then we pop it back in. So this might take a little bit of time. It's a little bit tedious, I guess, but you have to go through this, or otherwise you don't wanna burn, you know, your chocolate, and then that's gonna taste bitter and everything else. So, you know, right now it's just got a little soft. This has a long ways to go, but we're gonna keep on doing this here until we get it soft into a liquid form. And then what we're gonna do is dye our chocolate. So, of course, you know, you could leave it white, but this is Easter. We're talking about dyeing eggs, and you could dye it any color your little heart desires, but we're gonna try to make these like robin eggs. So we're going for like a light blue, and we're gonna use blue and green dye and use a 2-to-1 ratio, using 2 drops of blue to 1 drop of green until we get the color we're looking for. But if you want pink, you can easily make pink any dye you want. There you can see on the edges here, it is getting a little more soft. So, but this is gonna take a little bit of time going back and forth, just mixing everything, and then popping it back in. Ooh, smell that coconut oil. It smells like suntan lotion. I'm ready for the beach. So one more time, and I think that should do it. And then what we'll do is break out the dye here, and I'll show you how to do that. And then we'll get our eggs out of the freezer, and we'll dip our peanut butter eggs into the chocolate. And then we'll practically be ready to go. So it's not that long of a process. And again, I think the kids would have a good time making this with you. So there we go. Let's start with 2 drops of blue dye. If you want to use natural dyes, have at it. So that's about 2 drops, maybe 2 and a little bit more. And 1 of green. So now I'll just mix this together until we want to get our color. And again, whatever color you want here, it doesn't have to be exact. But we're going for like a robin egg. And what I also have here is cocoa powder, a teaspoon of cocoa powder, which I mixed with a teaspoon of water. And that is going to go on top at the very end. It's going to give it like, you know how robin eggs sometimes have that speckled look to them, the brown. It's a little light, so let's do 1, 2. Then again, it is a light blue color that we're looking for. Hopefully I didn't do too dark. This is about what I'm looking for, I think, the color. Again, this is all to your own. I mean, you could color whatever. You want to color it red, yellow, whatever your little heart desires, you can make that color. So what we're going to do is we'll get the chocolate eggs out of the freezer and show you how to dip these and put it all together right after this. Okay, I made my eggs. We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 8 of them. I have a 6 container. But anyhow, I really wish the shape would have turned out a little better. Hopefully it'll look more like an egg here once we put our chocolate. So there's our chocolate, our color. What I'm going to do now to make life a little easier for me, and I'll probably make a mess in the process, is take our colored chocolate and put it in this glass like such. So what I'll be able to do is take a one of these big wooden toothpicks that I have. If you have one of these like skewers that you would use for a shish kebab, that would work out great because, you know, the regular sized toothpick is probably going to be a little too small for this. So there we go. That looks like a nice milkshake. Then we're going to take they're semi-frozen. I really wish these were more, maybe I can make them a little bit more like eggs as them. Okay. And we are going to dip them in like that. Make sure everything's coated. I'm using the bottom of my egg, but to be honest with you, I can't tell what the top or the bottom is on this one. And then you're just going to like this to make sure, you know, the bottom, you want the drippage, if there's going to be any drippage on the bottom. This is going to get a little messy, and I'm going to plop it in like that. I probably should have plopped it in on here first, but you get the idea. So I'll just continue making these guys until I made them all. You may want to have some gloves on. I need someone that makes good ovals. You know a guy. Anyone knows a guy out there who makes good ovals, let me know, because this would come in handy for this. Drippy, drippy. These are going to be drippy, drippy. What I think I should really do, maybe I'll start doing it here, is I should put these on the parchment paper and then transfer them so it won't be quite as messy for me. See, because this does not look like an Easter egg. Use your imagination, kiddos. So there we go. So it does harden. So one little thing too, when you want to get it out, your toothpick out. I think I have 6 there before, you know, because you don't want the chocolate to crack. So then you would take your eggs. Ooh. We'll just turn that guy around that way. You'll never notice. There we go. So I see now by doing that, you have that. You know. And then to jazz this up, I'm going to wash my hands real quick because they are a gooey mess. To make them pretty, because I think this will just really tie everything together here, is, at least I'm hoping, is the cocoa powder mixed with water that I have. This may get a little messy. You may want an apron for this. You just want to flick it like that, and then it's going to give you the look of speckled eggs. I was hoping that would also make them somehow more oval for you, and you would be able to see that. But there you go. It's speckled eggs. They're peanut butter. Now the big question is, they may not look pretty. How do they taste, right? We want to see how they taste. So here, let me let's cut open one of these guys, these bad boys. Show you the inside. Look at that. Oh, if you like peanut butter, this is like peanut butter heaven. It tastes good. Okay, maybe a little fail on the presentation part here, but I need a glass of milk. Oh, this is white chocolate. So there you go. That's my version of robin eggs for Christmas. For Easter, I got my holidays mixed up. Tastes good. Again, presentation. I need to go to class and make some ovals. But this is what you do. You learn on Cooking Up a Storm. Give it a try. Maybe yours will turn out a lot better. Send me a picture. Send me a video. You can always chime it in, and we can compare your eggs, which will probably look a little better than mine. Until next time, I'm Chef Oechslein for Cooking Up a Storm.
Cooking Up a Storm, sponsored by West Virginia Northern Community College Culinary Arts Program.